Hi, we're Alvvays, and this is our mood board for Blue Rev.
Our whole band is like a pursuit of that drone-y, slightly off thing that you can't identify the constituent elements of, and that ends up being capital B bagpipe, usually.
It can only be capital B.
Yeah, the platonic ideal of bagpipery.
Bagpipes are sort of a common instrument where we come from in Cape Breton. You have several relatives who are quite Scottish that are fairly reputable pipers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there an Angus in the mix?
There's an Angus is the big kahuna.
So the bagpipes are sort of like this alarm sound in my mind, but also like a beautiful primal droning noise that you almost feel beckoned by. Hi, hi, hi! Part of the bagpipe thing that has sort of woven its way into our songs is the synth that we use, which is kind of central to the sound of our band, is a Korg.
There's like 60-odd oscillators that carry tunes by hand. I think that deviation from a central pitch is central to bagpipes as well.
The pitch is bending, and it just feels rooted in Celtic music in a way. And anytime our music is not really sounding like ours, it's usually because the Korg is not loud enough.
Some people find it so goofy. The sound of it's so painful to me. It's like funerals.
Yeah, like
weddings.
Mournful.
War.
Big moments, yeah. Misty mountains.
Yeah.
Well, we have a thing in Canada called Much Music. It's like the Canadian version of MTV, basically. Like Much Mega Hits, there was The Wedge, Nardwuar was on Much Music.
Yeah, we'd nerd out about Electric Circus,
Yeah.
which is their dance programming. Could show up and like dance outside, and they'd like size you up and give you the yay or nay. And if you got the nay, you were still like probably going to get on TV. You'd just be outside the building on the curb, like.
People were dancing like they weren't going to be on YouTube for the next eternity. Too.
And they are on YouTube.
And they are on
yeah,
YouTube,
but they didn't know that
yeah.
at the time, so they live freely, you know, in those moments.
Yeah.
There is something about being able to forget, like something just going down into a black hole. Everything now kind of has maybe a little bit more thought behind it.
Or calculation.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
A lot of music feels like being on the internet, and we wanted to make a sort of a pre-internet sounding experience.
What are you playing, Mo?
Or like not able to pinpoint what era it even is. Like, what is this? Where is this? When did this happen? I think one thing that we've done was using just home recordings. There's a certain energy and the sound of a thought forming that is really hard to recreate in a studio scenario, so.
Electric Circus dancers. They're like dancing, and it's perfect. And what you do alone at home, you wouldn't be able to do in front of a producer.
In the moment, yeah. I think because we all grew up by the ocean, we're generally thinking about our proximity to water. I try to find a place near water when I write because I feel this overwhelming wonder and depth to water. I find it terrifying and exciting and lonely, and I feel like, to me, it's more inspiring than the concept of space. I don't really know why, but you know, like outer space. I know it's exponential, and space is probably bigger, but water seems to be more powerful.
We all come from islands in the Maritimes. There are incredible beaches up there with dunes and marram grass.
Yeah, we used to take swimming lessons at a wharf. Have to jump off the wharf.
Yeah, we'd be swimming around the fishing boats. I don't think it was up to code.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I also think as humans, we like to control every aspect of our lives, and with water, I feel like it can just sweep you away at any point. I'd like to feel alone when I'm writing, so I can escape, and for some reason, water is like the quickest thing to make me feel alone.
It's a great perspective device to really ram home how insignificant you are.
We are specks.